Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of Ask the Consultant. I'm your host, Braden Kelley, and today we're live from the Innovation Studio with an incredibly powerful tip for you, which is how to use Zoom's new PowerPoint background feature. Now, this feature is marked as beta in my version of Zoom, so I don't know if everybody has access to it, but I sure hope so because it can save you a lot of time. And so that's what we're using right now, what you're seeing on the screen, and I'm going to walk you through how to make this happen for yourself. So we're going to go ahead and look at the two parts to making this happen. The first part is your prep work to get your PowerPoint deck ready to use in this format. So once you've built your slides, or you already have a set of slides that you've used before that you want to use over the shoulder like this, then what you need to do is create a new PowerPoint. And for me, the default is 13 1/3 by 7.5 inches high, nice widescreen format. So that's what we're using here. Then I've chosen a background for all of my Zoom slides, in this case, a brick wall. And then I've filled all of the slides in this new deck, the entire background, with this brick wall image. And then what I've done is gone to my source deck and copied and pasted the slides into this new deck with my brick wall background. And I've pasted them as an image. And then I've resized them to be about 9.5 inches wide. And then I've moved them up into the upper right-hand corner to with about a 1/4 inch border is what you're seeing, so that you see some of the background behind it to make it look a little bit more 3D. And then I've just done that for every single slide. So it is a little bit of a manual process, but you can see that the outcome is really, really cool. And this is something you can do with Zoom that, right out of the box without getting any other applications. And so that's the first step, is get your deck ready. Then you open up Zoom, start a meeting, start video, and then click the screen sharing icon. And then there's an advanced tab. And I'm going to show you all this with some screenshots in just a second. And then click on PowerPoint as virtual background, select the PowerPoint you want to import as background, and then off you go. Then you can get everything all ready and then have it ready to go when people join your meeting. And so when you click on that share screen icon in the little button bar at the bottom of Zoom, which is highlighted in green here, then you see the screen sharing options pop up, where you can share the whole screen, or you can choose a particular application to share. Now, what you want to do is instead click the advanced tab, and then you'll see this new option here, which I just discovered today, which is PowerPoint as virtual background. It's very clearly marked as beta. So I can't guarantee it's not going to crash from time to time, but it's amazingly powerful, and that's what we're looking at right now. And so you just choose that, click share, and then choose your PowerPoint from the file dialog that shows up, and then boom, your slides appear, and then you appear in front of the slides. And by default, you will appear in the lower right, but you click on yourself and there's a little box that you can move. Here we're moving it over to the lower left-hand corner and making it a little bit bigger. Now, another power user tip here is that you can see it's a rectangle and you're right in the middle of the rectangle. So if you want to get yourself a little bit bigger but not overlap your slides, I'm actually sitting a little bit off to the right. And so that's allowed me to make myself bigger and not cover up my slides. But you see, I do have myself just slightly in front of the slide so that you can see that the slide is behind me, that it's anchored behind me. And so that's what you want to do, is choose either lower left or lower right, most likely, because it's from your chest up, and then build your slides accordingly. So I've put myself in the lower left and put my slides in the upper right. And then once the slides are all loaded, you'll have a navigation menu right above that icon bar with the share screen that you see highlighted in green. To left and right, navigate between your slides, and then you also have a triple dot menu that you can bring up. Now, when you pull up that triple dot menu, your two options are to resize your video or to split your video away from the PowerPoint. Now, why that second one, splitting your video away from the PowerPoint, is important is that's really useful if you want to hide your video. And so if you want to include a slide in your deck that's not over your shoulder, but you want it to be full screen, then this is a great time to get yourself out of the way. and to add an extra element of fun and dynamicism to your presentation. So you can remove yourself from the presentation that way. And then when you're ready, then you just go back and choose merge video and PowerPoint, and then bam, you're back there. So super useful for when you want to show something full screen instead of over your shoulder. And then one power user tip that I discovered right at the very end, so I put it at the end of this presentation, is that up at the top when you're in this mode, for whatever reason, even though your video is on the screen, they show you a little window with your video up at the top in a square box. And you can do that you can get rid of that by doing hovering over that image up there and choosing the triple dot menu and choosing hide self view. And then when you do that, it'll go away, and the slide and your overlaid video image will take over the entire screen and make it much, much easier for you. That's what I'm doing right now. And I discovered that at the very end. And so before I started recording this video, I removed that self view so that I could have a bigger image up on the screen. So that is the video. That's how to use PowerPoint as a background in Zoom. It's a beta feature. Hopefully you have it. And so that is the Ask the Consultant episode 6 for you for today. If you enjoy this series, then please support the books that I've written over the years. Consider having me in to facilitate a design thinking workshop, or build some innovation capabilities with your team, or do a keynote for you, or some training. And if you have a question, please send it to me. If you go to any of these links and then click the Contact Us link on the website, then send me your question, and maybe we'll make that the topic for the next episode. So keep innovating, everyone.